In the space of salary wages tax, and many people are complaining about salary wages taxes and why the higher rates of taxes and all of this. And I know that after this press conference too, some other interested people will be pulling punches as well. So let me say this, and I make it my business to say that every press conference. So what we are doing is to collect enough taxes within the existing rate. So we are closing in on the gaps that we have, the tax gap between what we are collecting and what we're supposed to collect. So we do know that there's a lot of loopholes. We do know that there's a lot of evasion going on. So in a number of strategies that we are adopting, we are also trying to make sure that we close in on these gaps. Once we close in on these gaps and once we have the collections increased, that will give us enough fiscal space where we can approach the government to now look at reducing the salary wages tax. Now let me make it clear. I pay almost half of my salary to taxes, just like so, and our staff also pay the same tax that everybody is paying. It's not that IRC is not paying. So it is also in our interest, vested interest as taxpayers, to also make sure that we reduce the salary wages tax. And that's why our staff and the commission have been working really hard during the trying times to make sure that we collect enough within the tax rates to improve on the collection, so that we can offer some justifications to do some trade-offs. When giving the observations on the salary wages tax and also the impact that COVID had, in the government sector, public service and the government sector, we have not seen much of an impact because the government has been so generous and kept everybody employed, regardless of whether you work or you don't work, whether your department has been partially shut down or it's still in operation, or some shifting going on. The government has continued to be generous and has paid all the employees for every unsupplied labor. So that has been happening. But the impact that we are seeing is in the private sector. The private sector is the one that has been affected, and the statistics that show are very concerning. So that's the comparison that I could make in terms of the employment during COVID.